Hey, my name is Sandeep Tekchandani. I'm the founder of Sandeep.mba and welcome to my GMAT video lesson. Before I teach you real numbers, I would like to say something. Real numbers are extremely useful in everyday life. Real numbers help us to count and to measure the quantities of different items. For example, when your mother asks you, how many slices of toast do you want to eat for breakfast? You are using real numbers to reply to her question. So in this presentation, we will start with the basics of real numbers. Then I'll teach you the concept of absolute value. And eventually we will study some intriguing properties of real numbers. So let's start with the basics. What are real numbers? In order to understand real numbers, you must first understand the number line. Real numbers are points on the number line, or all the points on the number line are called real numbers. For example, minus 3 upon 2 is a point on the number line. Therefore, it's a real number. Similarly, 0.2 is a point on the number line. Therefore, it's a real number. By the same logic, even the square root of 2 is a real number because it represents a point on the number line. Please observe that all the real numbers except 0 are either positive or negative. Numbers to the left of 0 are negative and numbers to the right of 0 are positive. The number to the left is less than the number to the right. For example, negative 3 is less than negative 2, which is less than negative 1, which in turn is less than 0, and so on. If x is between minus 3 and 1, then the value of x is greater than minus 3 but less than 1. But if x is a number between minus 3 and 1 inclusive, the keyword is inclusive, then the value of x is greater than or equal to minus 3 but less than or equal to 1. In this slide, we will study the concept of absolute value. You must never forget these 2 points regarding the absolute value. The first point is the distance between a number and 0 on the number line is called the absolute value of the number. Distance can never be negative. Therefore, the absolute value can never be negative. The absolute value is always non-negative. For example, 4 and minus 4 have the same absolute value 4 since they are both 4 units away from 0. The absolute value of 4 is denoted by these two small vertical lines. For example, the absolute value of 5 is equals to 5. The absolute value of minus 7.2378 is equals to 7.2378. And eventually, the absolute value of 0 is equals to 0. In this slide, we will study some interesting properties of real numbers. If a, b, and c are real numbers, then a plus b is equals to b plus a. For example, 1 plus 9 is equals to 9 plus 1, which will give you the same answer, that is 10. AB is equals to BA. For example, 12 times 5 is equals to 5 times 12, which is equals to 60. A plus B in brackets plus C is equals to B plus C in brackets plus A. Please observe that the brackets do not affect the sum of real numbers. Their sum is the same irrespective of where the brackets are placed. Let's understand this with the help of an example. 5 plus 6 in brackets plus 2 is equals to 6 plus 5 in brackets plus 2, which is equals to 13. The next property is A times B in brackets times C is equals to B times C in brackets times A. Please note that the placement of brackets do not influence the product of real numbers. For example, 3 times 5 in brackets times 9 is equals to 5 times 9 in brackets times 3, which is equals to 135. The next property is AB plus AC is equals to A bracket B plus C. For example, 12 times 64 plus 12 times 36 is equals to 12 times bracket 64 plus 36. I have taken 12 as common, and we know that 64 plus 36 is equals to 100. So the next step will be 12 times 100, and the answer will be 1200. If A and B are both positive, then A plus B is positive. For example, if A is equals to 2 and B is equals to 10, then A plus B is equals to 2 plus 10, which is equals to 12. That is a positive number. If A and B are both positive, then AB is positive. For example, if A is equals to 2 and B is equals to 10, then AB is equals to 2 times 10, which is equals to 20, and 20 is a positive number. Some more properties. If A and B are both negative, then A plus B is negative. For example, if I take the value of A is equals to minus 3 and the value of B is equals to minus 5, then A plus B is equals to minus 3 plus minus 5. We know that plus and minus gives us minus. Therefore, this will become minus 3 minus 5, and the answer will be equal to minus 8. If A and B are both negative, then AB is positive. For example, if A is equals to minus 3 and B is equals to minus 5, then AB is equals to minus 3 times minus 5. We know that negative times negative is positive. Therefore, the answer will be equal to 15. If AB is equals to 0, then either A is equals to 0 or B is equals to 0. For example, 4y is equals to 0 implies that the value of y is equals to 0. Last property, the absolute value of A plus B is less than or equal to the absolute value of A plus the absolute value of B. Let me illustrate this point with the help of an example. Say I take the value of A is equals to 20 and B is equals to 4. Then the absolute value of A plus B is equals to the absolute value of 20 plus 4. We know that 20 plus 4 will give us 24, and the absolute value of 24 is equals to 24. But if I take the value of A is equals to 20 and the value of B is equals to minus 4, then the absolute value of A plus B is equals to the absolute value of 20 minus 4. We know that the value of 20 minus 4 is 16, and the absolute value of 16 is 16. So let's just encapsulate. What did we learn about real numbers? We commenced with the basics of real numbers. We learned that real numbers are points on the number line, or all the points on the number line are called real numbers. Then I taught you the concept of the absolute value. Absolute value means the distance of a number from 0 on the number line. Absolute value can never be negative. Absolute value is always non-negative. And eventually, I showed you some intriguing properties of real numbers. I hope my GMAT video lesson was clear and it will help you to crack the quantitative reasoning section of the GMAT. That is all, my friends. If you found my video lesson helpful, then you should go to sandeep.mba for more information on the GMAT, how to prepare for the GMAT and applying to business schools. You should also click on that like button and let me know in the comments which topics you would like me to cover in my future video lessons. And of course, if you have not yet subscribed, then go ahead and click on that bell so that you'll get notified about my future video lessons. All the best.